Many of you may know the story of 6 blind men and an elephant. And we know this story. That is 6 blind men touched different parts of the elephant. It is an Indian story, but problem is that when everyone was asked, how is an elephant like? They said that this is elephant like a wall, elephant like a snake, elephant like a different thing. That is what they perceived. They tried to give explanation of their experience. Someone touched the wall, part of the body. He said that elephant is like a wall. Someone touched the leg of the elephant. He said that elephant like is a tree. Here we see another picture. Their teacher is speaking that I expect you all to be independent and innovative. Independent and innovative. How a person can be innovative? How a person can be independent? That is the question that would be answered in our today's class. And also, no, we do not wish to live with a family and learn to speak Serbo-Croatian. It's a language. Language learning pattern is also like this, that you may stay in the target language speaking family and talking to them, you can also learn language. Also there are some expression over there in the passage. Actually what happens to the 6 blind men? They had their knowledge with something, an experience. And in case of the person who will be living with a Serbo-Croatian family, he will have the knowledge of the language. How it happens? It happens for the idea of constructivism. Constructivism, it means that constructivism is a belief that children construct the system of their target language. The 6 blind men constructed their knowledge. So every knowledge is constructed. Every knowledge is constructed. This building is constructed. In which way? The building is a construction process, isn't it? But how knowledge is constructed? Knowledge is constructed with some influences, some things, and this knowledge construction process is called constructivism. That means cognitive theory of second language learning can be called, that is constructive theory of knowledge or constructive theory of language. And here we see some important person. One of them is Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget. Okay, he is a Swiss psychologist. Actually, the Switzerland pronunciation is Jean Piaget, not Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget was born in Switzerland And he was the first to make a systematic study of the acquisition of understanding of children. Understanding of children. How does a children understand a thing? How does an old man understand a thing? How did the six blind men understand the knowledge? Okay. Jean Piaget's observation or research was like that. And what is that? Jean Piaget said that yes, we construct knowledge. We construct knowledge. With whom? He has thought that many of whom have been major figure in the 20th century developmental psychology. So Jean Piaget's theory of constructivism argues that people produce knowledge and form meaning. Produce knowledge and form meaning. That means create meaning based upon their experience. In case of six blind men, their experience was the task. Okay. And in case of other experience, we will be coming later on. The main component of cognitive theory of Jean Piaget is that we produce knowledge and form meaning based upon our experience. So we construct knowledge and form meaning with some influence. That is the key point of Jean Piaget's cognitive theory of development. Piaget's theory covered learning theories, teaching methods, and education reform. Okay, so Jean Piaget. So to be a successful and meaningful and lasting and learning must include the three of these crucial factors. That is activity. So how? So we construct knowledge from experience. How we can get experience? He said from activity, that means practice. Concept, that means knowledge. And the culture, that means the context, in which context you are. Concept and context. Concept and context. So, concept, culture and practice. Through practice, we can understand the concept and culture, and in this way we construct knowledge. Okay? In case of second language construction or second language learning, that theory can be applied. Here we see that a little boy is standing before a big elephant. Yeah. This little tiny boy, didn't see elephant earlier in his life. So what is his experience? But this child was a dog. So this child has the experience of watching a dog. That is his experience. And next time when he come across before an elephant, he will see with the help of the experience that it is also a four-footed animal. Dog will have a leg and it will have a, but there is an extra leg over there in front of the leg. Okay. So whenever a person will be experiencing a new thing, then he will try to accommodate the new thing, try to assimilate the new thing with his previous experience. What is the previous experience of the child? That is the dog. With that experience, the child will try to explain this new thing. And he will say, it is a dog having an extra leg and bigger in size. And here the experience the child will have, that is called schema. Schema means form. Form means previous experience. So for these kids, that is the dog schema or the cow schema. Dog schema or cow schema. That means the kid had the experience of watching dog and cow, and after experiencing this new thing, the kid will try to assimilate his previous experience of watching dog and cow and with this one. Whenever there will be the close similarity, then assimilation will be occurred and it will be four-footed. But it will not tell it that it is dog or cow, a different thing. When there is a similarity, such kind of new experience, the kid had old experience, that is dog schema or cow schema, and he comes across a new experience, that is an elephant. Then what the child will construct his knowledge, in which way? According to constructivism, in two different ways the child will try to apply. What is the apply? It will try to assimilate or accommodate. Assimilate means to make similar. Make similar in which sense? Cow has 4 legs and this elephant will has 4 legs. So, and that is the assimilation. But if he come across before a horse, that would not happen. That means very similar. It will have, the horse will have 4 legs, cow will have 4 legs, dog will have 4 legs. So try to assimilate the things with that new one. Okay. But when there will be an extra thing, just like an elephant, he will try to adopt things or accommodate things. Accommodate means with his existing knowledge, he will try to add a new things. That is called accommodation. Through the accommodation and through the assimilation, the child will try to produce his knowledge, that is innovative or creative. Okay. And the previous knowledge and the previous experience is called schema. Whenever there is the similarity, that is dog schema and horse experience, if it is there, that is called equilibrium. Equilibrium means in case of language construction or knowledge construction, when the previous experience, that means schema, will be quite similar to the next experience, then that will be equilibrium, sammo toiri korbe. Okay. But when there will be different, that would be disequilibrium, like that. That is, he can't explain with the experience of his previous experience a new thing. That is the schema, and disequilibrium and equilibrium. And equilibrium will occur. Equilibrium will occur. That is with 2 process. What is the process? That is assimilation. That means try to make similarity, and a little bit more, that is the accommodation. Accommodation in which way? Have you got the point? Assimilation, যদি এই বাচ্চা আগে কি দেখেছে, কাউ দেখেছে এবং ডগ দেখেছে, যখন সে হর্স দেখছে তখন ওটার সাথে কি করবে, সে assimilate করবে, অল আর ইকুয়াল, গরু, ঘোড়া এবং কুকুর এর মধ্যে কোনো বেশি অসামঞ্জস্যতা নেই। কিন্তু যখন হাতি দেখবে তখন সে কি করবে, হি উইল ট্রাই টু অ্যাকোমোডেট। অ্যাকোমোডেট কি? দ্যাট এভরিথিং ইজ ওকে বাট ইট হ্যাজ অ্যান এক্সট্রা leg in front of that. That is accommodation. So through the accommodation and through the assimilation, the equilibrium process of language construction will be occurred. We are in which point? We started with the point that we construct knowledge. With what? With our previous experience. The previous experience is called schema. And when the previous schema will be quite similar to the new schema or new knowledge, that would be equilibrium. Equilibrium will occur with 2 processes. What are the process? Through assimilation or accommodation. So assimilation occurs when we modify or change a new information or fit into our schemas. It keeps the new information or experience and adds to the already exist in our mind. That means what is in our mind, that is like dog schema and cow schema, that it will try to make the similarity. And accommodation, initially proposed by Jean Piaget, the term accommodation refers to the part of the adaptation process. Adaptation process, a new thing will be there, that would be adapted through the accommodation process. So we have given the example. So schema, what is the definition of schema? Most probably you have understood the what is schema. That means the previous experience. But if you want to put the exact definition, there is the exact definition over there. Schema or scheme is an abstract concept proposed by Jean Piaget to refer to our well abstract concept. Well abstract concept যেটা আমরা আগে উল্লেখ করেছি. So schemas or schemata are units of understanding. Unit of understanding. The dog eczema or cow eczema, that is the unit of understanding. That means আমরা জেনেছি যে আসলে four-footed animal, this body is covered with soft fur or hard fur. There is a tail. So these are the units of understanding, and that can be hierarchically categorized as well as weaved into the complex relationship with one another. And that schema, so a schema is our previous knowledge, and that knowledge will help us to make a similarity to another one. That means another new experience. So schema is a unit of understanding that we have perceived earlier, and with the perception of our earlier knowledge we will try to evaluate and judge the another world with the help of that unit of understanding, and that unit of understanding called schema or schemata. So this is the schemata, and that would be helpful for cognitive theory. And this is also supported also the cognitive theory of constructivism theory in language learning or any kind of learning in case of producing knowledge. In that case, Jean Piaget, he actually has spoken about the 3 stages of development with having the schema and other things. What are the things? That is Piaget's theory. That is the sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, and formal operational stage. In the sensory motor stage, that starts from birth to 2 years, then pre-operational stage 2 to 7 years, and concrete operational stage 7 to 11, and formal operational 11 to 110. Formal operational stage 11, 12 to 110. Is there anybody in Bangladesh who will be living 100 years? Yeah. So sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational stage. Sensory motor stage is the first stage of the Piaget theory of development. It is marked by the child knowledge that the outside world exists separately from themselves. Once the child has fully realized this, they will move on to the next stage with the Piaget theory of development. Okay. That is the first stage. Second one, there are some 6 sensory motor stages. Simple reflex, primary circular reaction, that means 2 years is simple reflex. That means he can reflect in such a way তাকে ধমক দিলে হাসবে, ধমক দিলে কাঁদবে, আর কিছু বললে হাসবে. এ সিম্পল রিফ্লেক্সেস. প্রাইমারি সার্কুলার রিয়াকশন, দ্যাট মিন্স যেটা আমরা আগে শুনলাম যে সে একটু সার্কুলার রিয়াকশন, চারিদিকে তাকাতে পারবে, মুভমেন্ট করতে পারবে, এরকম. সেকেন্ডারি সার্কুলার রিয়াকশন, আরও একটু কমপ্লেক্স সার্কুলার কোঅর্ডিনেশন অফ রিয়াকশন, যেই টার্সিয়ারি সার্কুলার রিয়াকশন অ্যান্ড আর্লি সিম্বলিক থট. ওকে, কোনো কিছু জিনিস দেখা গেল যে দ্য বয় 2 বছরের বাচ্চা, ওর সামনে থেকে যদি ও যদি মোবাইল নিতে চায়, মোবাইলটা আপনি কোন দিকে নিয়ে গেলেন, আপনি এরকম করলেন, ঠিক আছে, যে আপনি তো মোবাইল ছুঁড়ে পারেন নাই, ঠিক আছে, ও কিন্তু ওটাও বুঝতে পারবে যে মোবাইল আপনি এরকম করে পিছনে রাখছেন. ওকে, so that is these are the early symbolic thought that will be happening within 2 years. Pre-operational stage, the second stage, the Piaget theory. And during this stage, children begin to engage in symbolic play and learn to manipulate symbols. Manipulate symbols means in that age, 2 থেকে এই বছরের বাচ্চারা পুতুলের বিয়ে দেয়. 2 বছরের আগের বাচ্চা কিন্তু পুতুলের বিয়ে দিবে না যদি মেয়ে বাচ্চা হয়, এবং আর 2 বছরের পরের বাচ্চা যদি ছেলে বাচ্চা হয়, সে হয়তো অন্য যে জিনিসগুলো করবে, সে হয়তো গাড়ি চালাচ্ছে. ওকে, এটা হলো সিম্বলিক অ্যাকশন. ওকে, এটা কয় বছরের বাচ্চা করবে? 2 থেকে 2 থেকে ওই যে 5 বা 7 ইয়ার্স যেটা বললো, ওকে, এই কাজগুলো করবে, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য প্রি অপারেশনাল স্টেজ। ওকে, দ্যাট মিনস প্রি অপারেশনাল, সে অপারেট করার আগে এটা করতেছে। অ্যান্ড ইন দ্যাট স্টেজ দেয়ার আর সাম দ্য কনসেপ্ট অফ ইগোসেন্ট্রিসিজম। এই 2 থেকে 7 বছরের বাচ্চার মধ্যে একটা ইগোসেন্ট্রিজম, দ্যাট মিনস আত্মকেন্দ্রিকতা, দ্যাট মিনস দে উইল ট্রাই টু গ্র্যাব এভরিথিং অফ দেয়ার ওন and they will try to analyze everything in their own way. In which way? Okay, suppose someone has broken his toys, he will try to evaluate that